It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Jets and the reigning AFC champs on Thursday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 72 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? It's the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run the counter. Weathers. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Jackson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him both down, says the sign judge. And that's good enough for a first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
They'll run on first down. Weathers, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Jackson now. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
And they'll begin by running the option. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They're going to look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
But they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Yeah, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Barry.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive.
4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks when we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
It's over. Let's dominate.
This is something that we've seen from Lamar Jackson since back in his Louisville days. He can be so dangerous with the RPO.
Yeah, and whoever designed the RPOs, it's almost like they had a guy like Lamar Jackson in mind because of his ability to do everything. He can tuck it and throw it. He can tuck it and run it. He can hand it off inside when he gets the right read. Bottom line is most teams want him to hand it off because when he takes off and goes, he can break down a defense.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Jackson from the shotgun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Jets first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Play action. Now Jackson. Rolling to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. On 2nd down now. Weathers. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a give right side. Weathers. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now Jackson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They go play action with Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time. Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
And he'll be taken down at the 34.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 24 carries, 59 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Memphis in possession of the football. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Roberts with it over the middle. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. Now, I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
It's the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steamers have cut it back within a score. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. That time a 9-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. New York ready to go again offensively. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On 1st down, Weathers, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Weathers. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 40 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Number 33, a gain of 2, brings up 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Get it! Get it!
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Jackson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Jets on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
No, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it. When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet Just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 42.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Barry, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Roberts has it.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Barry. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Jets now to take over. And they've got the lead right now here, trying to erase the memory of the loss last week to the Raiders. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Jenkins. 7 yards to pick up there. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this is Floyd, complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
that's a big conversion there on third down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Big yardage that time for the Jets. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Here's Jackson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is up to 14. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. That's Barry. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Eluding the pressure right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Connects it to Roberts, right side. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Barry. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as they'll be forced to reckon with the Las Vegas Raiders. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Green Bay Packers. And lastly, Monday Night Football has a good one lined up between the Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Jets in that first half. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. This offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And on now is the punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. A leap in. He's got it. He got it. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And this offense has really just been humming all game long. So to me, they're just saying, we want to finish this one off in the 3rd quarter so we can coast home in the 4th. And this is just a tremendous play. Something we've seen time and again from this offense.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Weathers, and he'll take this one down near the 15. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the 2nd half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 26-yard line.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Barry. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 3rd down, it's Barry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4 is now 2nd and 6.
They'll go option to the short side. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. On 1st down, it's Barry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
2nd and 6. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Something we haven't really seen much of from him. An incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
On 2nd down now, Weathers. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Here's the Jets punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
He's going to keep this again.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now a give, right side. Barry. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
First down, and they'll try to run the option left. And he's taken down inside the 30.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Barry. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Barry, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will close the gap down to 14.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And the Jets set to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the break, aren't they?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode Really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, Weathers, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Memphis, Tennessee. As it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll run on 1st down. It's Berry, and he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 40, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
On 1st down, Weathers, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? Let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This to make it a 3-score game late. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. This one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
Certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, complete. That's Roberts. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And to give this time to the tailback. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw here. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 19. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to staff the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
63 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll run on 1st down. Weathers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Let's go! He's brought down at the 40.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. 1st down and more for Jackson. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Jets on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 2nd and long. And he whips that one incomplete there. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 16. Roberts with it over the middle. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On first down, Weathers stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Weathers, and he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A 2-yard gain.
Play action. Now Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd and 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To number 33. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll keep it on the ground. Weathers, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. First and goal, no gain. Second and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball third time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's third and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
So out comes the field goal team once more. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they